So in their final Group A fixture, Gabon up against Equatorial Guinea. Gabon, who reached the quarter-finals of this competition 2 years ago. They lost on penalties in a shootout to Mali. As for Congo, well, this is their 8th appearance at the Cup of Nations finals, but it's their first one since 2000. And they have the highly experienced coach, Claude Leroy, in charge. And the Frenchman will set another record tonight. This is his 34th Africa Cup of Nations finals match as a coach. It's his 8th Cup of Nations finals tournament. Well, there were worries about the conditions of the pitches, only recently laid, as to whether they would cut up badly because of that, but so far so good. Gabon in the yellow, Congo in the red. We will get all the team news for you in just a moment's time after the national anthems. Two well-received national anthems of Gabon and Congo, who meet tonight in the second Group A fixture for both these countries. Gabon, who are going for second victory in Group A tonight, win and they will go through into the knockout stages for only the third time in their history. There's the Gabon side. It shows just one change to the team that started against Burkina Faso in the 2-0 victory on Saturday. Aaron Apindangoy comes in at the back, as you can see. There are 3 players there on yellow cards in danger of a suspension. That is the formation that we expect Gabon to utilise tonight. Aubameyang, the star man for them. Aubameyang and Abuna with the goals against Burkina Faso. As for Congo, 1 change for them as well. Dimitri Basiki comes in at fullback. He replaces Francis Nganga. Man from Charleroi in Belgium. And Congo with more of a 4-4-2 formation predicted for them tonight. But Fuma up front got the goal against Equatorial Guinea in their 1-1 draw in the opening match of this 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. Referee tonight, Victor Gomez from South Africa. His 2 assistants from Nigeria and from Egypt.
You want FIFA blue? Blue. You want to attack this ball? Okay, you can stay as well. Okay, please stand here.
Jose Costa, the former Portuguese international, 50 caps for Portugal. He's 43 years of age, only took charge last July. Claude Loire hoping to guide Congo to victory in his 34th match as a coach at the Africa Cup of Nations finals. Man who took charge just over a year ago of Congo, but they're up against a Gabon side who have qualification in their sights. Win tonight and the team in yellow will go through to the quarter-finals. We have had a rash of draws at the 2015 Cup of Nations. What will we get in this game? And it is Congo who get us underway in the red, kicking from left to right in this opening half, and an early foul on Dore by Obiang. John Roeder and Danny Mills guiding you through the action here on Eurosport. This early free kick then to be taken by Bafuma. Remember from his loan spell at West Bromwich Albion for the second half of last season. It's a teasing one as well, and in the end Avono will get there. Avono, who had an excellent game against Burkina Faso with a number of excellent saves. Easily able to gather that one. Played wide by Undong. Here's Apindangoy. Gabon, who qualified top of Group C in the qualifying stages, ranked 62nd in the FIFA rankings, up against the Congo side, who are ranked just 1 place above, 61st in the latest FIFA World Rankings. Congo making their first appearance at a Cup of Nations finals for 15 years, and they finished second in their qualifying group behind South Africa and ahead of the holders Nigeria and Sudan, and that was a major shock when Nigeria were knocked out at the qualifying stage. Congo did get a bit of good luck early on in the qualifying stages when they lost to Rwanda in the qualifying rounds before the group stages, but Rwanda fielded an ineligible player and Congo were reinstated. They've gone on to reach the finals themselves. Throw then to Gabon. It's away by Basiki. Basiki, who plays in Congo for the Leopards Club, who are currently top of the domestic league in the country. It's away by Ganze. Ganze again. Manga. Sold his team a little bit short there with that ball. And Dong. And there's a foul on Madinda.
I think you have to say that it looks like Gabon have started the game slightly better at the moment. A little bit more on the front foot in a couple of runs. And here you see Madinda going through, just being brought down, but well, early free kick played wide. Probably the best option. It's very, very difficult from those free kicks that are dead straight in front of the goal to come up with anything inventive.
Thumby with the quick ball out. Just 20 years of age, the goalkeeper. It is a rather young Congo squad. They've got half a dozen or so players who are 20 or under in the 23-man squad. Played by Manga. Forward by Poco. There's Andre Poco again, who's with Bordeaux in France. Obiang. Decent ball in and set up wonderfully for the shot, and it would have been a superb finish as well from Bulo had it just been a fraction lower.
Well, what a fantastic move this is. Great ball in from the left-hand side. Great layoff by Vuna. And then the shot, wow, might have just dipped under the crossbar. But in the end, a fantastic save by the goalkeeper.
Tipped over for the first corner of the match. Buzz around the stadium. All the way back to Manga. Kailu. Here's Ndong. Obiang. Too high and too long. Lloyd Palin on the far side. Oh, what an effort it was from Bulo. On loan at Charlton in England from Standard Liège, who were also owned by the same owners as own the South East London club. A dozen appearances for Charlton this season, but he's only completed 90 minutes the once. By Poco, managed to get himself out of a potentially awkward scenario there. And Dinga. Forward comes Basiki. Foul on Apindangoy.
Not an awful lot in this. Two players both going for the ball, quite honestly. As you can see there, the defender doesn't really appeal for the free kick. But I think Gabon have started the game slightly better. Maybe you'd expect that, having won their opening game. They realise this is a great opportunity. They look slightly the more confident, but on the front foot a little bit more.
Bulo. And it manages to find its way back to Bulo as well. Avuna is in the middle, it's just behind him, and it'll be cleared away for another corner. That's terrific.
That's not so terrific. No. But yeah, I think it just goes to show these teams are absolutely desperate to win this competition, and another corner now for Gabon.
Interesting to watch the goalkeeper here, because for the previous corner he started to come out. He was actually quite a long way out before deciding not to go for it. A bit of bumping and barging in the penalty area. Gabon with the best effort of the night so far. Congo get their first corner of the evening as it comes off Apindangoy. One change to the Gabon side if you have just joined us here on Eurosport. One change for Congo as well. Basiki coming in at the back. Penalty area. Best of corners. Bafuma can try again. Congo had committed a lot of men forward and Gabon might be able to take advantage of that. Aubameyang. Bula. He's looking to get away there from Ganze. Biang couldn't get there, that's offside. It's Bafuma.
Just a little bit wasted, I think, that opportunity from Gabon on the breakaway. Had almost a 2-on-1 situation on this near side. Evuna was storming through the middle, wanted the pass played early, and in the end, the ball was switched out to the left and just killed the pace of the attack.
Challenge on Poco. Like the attacking intent of Johan Obiang, the left back so far for Gabon. Looks like he wants to get forward at every opportunity. Here's Poco. Ndong. Leilun. Poco. Just able to get it through to Ndong. Some firm challenges going in and the referee says play on. Gabon might be wishing that he hadn't. Effort from Andre Poco. He's made 7 appearances in Ligue 1 this season for Bordeaux.
There's 2 crunching challenges that led to that opportunity then, but Poco just got a little bit overexcited and a wayward shot, but been impressed with Ndong so far. In the central midfield area himself, Poco, Madinda, really starting to get hold of the ball and control that central area.
Nil-nil between Burkina Faso and Equatorial Guinea earlier today in Group A. That's too long for Evuna. Offside anyway.
Evuna just runs too early. But interesting that Congo are playing a very, very high line. They've got to be very, very careful. Gabon will be looking to play those little balls in behind. If they time their runs correctly, they're going to get opportunities.
9 matches in the tournament so far, and 5 of them have ended at 1-1. Only 3 teams have kept a clean sheet. That includes Gabon. The other 2 were the 2 we met earlier today, Burkina Faso and Equatorial Guinea, in their goalless draw. Dore. Poked forward by Ndinga. Here's Dore. Boudry. Movement from Bafuma. Bafuma. Oh, that was nice. Here he goes again. And they've got a man free on that far side, Congo. Taken down by Poco. Here's Evuna. Bulo. Bulo couldn't quite get to the header, beaten in the air by Onyango. Dore. Dong with the challenge. Missed ball.
Almost looks like Bifuma is now playing up front of his own. A little showboat in there, possibly unnecessary. But it looks like Congo have changed to more of a 4-2-3-1 formation. And it should be very, very careful that Bifuma doesn't get isolated.
Bifuma, who made 6 appearances for West Bromwich Albion on loan at the second half of last season, getting a couple of goals. He's on loan at Almeria in Spain, on loan from Espanyol. Quite a few in this Congo side. He is French born. All the way through for Dore. Poko turned into trouble there in the shape of Oniangu. Ganze, who wears his first name, Cesar, on his shirt. Run there from Mutu, and it's a free kick. Foul by Pelud.
Shows a great turn of pace here. Gets in behind. Unnecessary from the defender. Doesn't need to make that. Is always going to give away a free kick. And suddenly now Congo have a real good opportunity to whip this ball into the box and put the goalkeeper under some severe pressure. Well, Avono really yet to have anything to do.
Bifuma then to whip this ball in. Maybe not.
Well, the first set piece in the corner was very, very poor, and that certainly wasn't any better. It's a real waste. You know, it's a great opportunity. It's a unchallenged pass. It's a free hit into the box. You've got to do better than that.
Quarter of an hour gone then. Gabon 0, Congo 0 in this Group A fixture at the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. Here's Avono. Manga, the Cardiff City man, finds Aubameyang. Aubameyang trying to steam his way through. Boudry with the interception. Here's Ganze. Dore making the run just ahead of it. That's foul on Ndong. Ndong, who's set to join Lorient in France after this tournament, moving there from Sfaxien in Tunisia. Here he is again. Poko. By Obiang. Misplaced pass picked up by Mutu. We've already seen he's got a fair amount of pace in him. Lovely little touch again from Bifuma. Able to get on the end of the return ball. Oniangu, Bifuma, Ganze. Finds Dore. Long ball forward into the side netting though. The attempt from Mutu. But Congo, Danny Mills, certainly coming more into this match now.
Yeah, they are. They've been on the back foot for a while. It's a poor decision from Mutu. He's got to square that, across the goal. It's just, you see here, he's never going to score. Kick goalkeeper, and Ivona has it covered all day long. I think, from what I've seen so far, it appears to me that Gabon certainly have more quality all over the pitch, and if they do it right, they will create opportunities. Have to be careful, maybe not to get caught with a sucker punch on the counter-attack, but at the moment, the way the game's going, Gabon look the more likely team to score.
Here they come again with Manga. Madinda. Nice little ball through. Evuna, can he finish? Is that going to go in? No, it's just wide off the head there of Basiki. He was on the ground. Malik Evuna causing all sorts of problems in the Congo defence.
Well, I'm not sure the referee's given a corner. Bursting through in the end. Very lucky, I suppose, from Congo's point of view. That could have gone absolutely anywhere. Trickled a foot wide of the post. But a great run through. See there?
Comes off the head.
Basiki heads it behind. Not quite sure what the referee saw there.
Saw a foul there by Manga. And they moved to Cardiff last year from Lorient after 4 seasons there. Taken down by Mutu. Support arriving from Basiki. Mutu. Palin just loses his footing. Manages to recover to make the block. And again, that should be a goal kick, and is.
Mutu's put himself in a couple of decent positions. Just hasn't really been able to find. Again, have a look at the replay there. Not quite sure, but as we see this chance, yet again, bursting through the middle was Evuna, and then Basiki. Very, very lucky not to score an incredibly unfortunate own goal.
Evuna, who plays his football in Morocco for Wydad Casablanca, the number 7 up front for Gabon. But Gabon, well, they really don't get too many goals. They've got 4 in their last 11 games. Midway point in the second half, in the first half rather. Welcome Congo. That's onside. Aubameyang. Evuna making a run through into the middle. Chance for the shot on goal, and it's always going high from Andre Poko. Goalkeeper get a touch on this as well.
Again, it's Gabon doing well down that right hand side in that channel. A good pullback. Poko, wow, just a little bit rash in his shot there. Never really had it under control. In the end, high, easily over the bar. Never going to trouble the goalkeeper.
I mentioned that lack of goals from Congo. They actually haven't scored more than once in a game since 1974. Cup of Nations finals. This their 8th appearance. Congo, who were the Cup of Nations winners all the way back in 1972. North guiding them to their first appearance at the finals tournament since the year 2000. Out comes Voda. Chase on here for Aubameyang. Up against Mubio. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang said before the start of this tournament that he wanted to be the star of the tournament.
Well, he's clearly got ability, draws the foul in that time. At the moment, for me, though, he's just working outside the width of the box. He's working in the channels. He wants to needs the ball in more central positions if he's going to do any damage and get those goals that he's searching for.
18 goals in 1.5 seasons at Borussia Dortmund since joining them from Saint-Etienne. Bulo to take this free kick. Catching practice for Mafumbi. Plays his football in the lower leagues. Christopher Mafumbi with Le Ponte in France. Was a regular in the second team at Lens. Not kept in by Bafuma. Does David Bafuma almost look on a different level to the rest of his teammates?
Yeah, I think again he's one of those players. He's got a little bit of quality, but he's getting isolated at the moment. You know, they've changed the formation. I think early on, when the manager looked at Claude Noir and decided actually we're going to get overrun in midfield. So almost he'd gone to a 4-2-3-1 in the area, but most of the time, you know, there's 5 men in that midfield, just trying to make it very, very compact.
Bafuma. Gathered by Avono. Dango just making sure that the Congo striker couldn't get anywhere near it.
There's no real anticipation from Congo at the moment. They're waiting. They react to things rather than trying to be on the front foot, maybe expecting a mistake or expecting a ball, you know, just played around the corner to make an opportunity.
Rabele. It's a foul on Ndong. Plenty of words written about that man there, Delvin Ndinga, ahead of the tournament. The man who plays for Olympiakos in Greece, on loan there from Monaco. Played in the Champions League for the last couple of seasons. Madinda then to take this free kick. Very much on the fringes of his club, Celta Vigo in Spain. By Dore. Followed by Basiki. Here's Mutu looking to take on Pelu. And he's certainly got pace, Arnold Buka Mutu. A very, very familiar figure on the touchlines in Africa Cup of Nations tournaments. He won the Cup of Nations with Cameroon back in 1988. He's also coached Senegal, Ghana and the Democratic Republic of Congo at the finals. This is 8 Cup of Nations finals as a coach. This is 34th match at a finals as a coach, and every time he takes charge of a side at a Cup of Nations finals match, he improves on his own record. This is 34th. Also a great believer, Claude Noir, in if a coach is from abroad and is coaching an African side, he should live in the African country rather than just coming in for matches and then disappearing back off to Europe again.
I think that's fair enough. Then you get an understanding of the players, the way of life, what it means to everybody. I think, you know, we'd expect it in this country. If we had a manager of our national team in England, I think, you know, we would expect him to live and work in England on a full-time basis.
Marvin Baudry then to take the throw. With Amiens in France in the lower leagues. Bafuma.
Bafuma's just got to be careful not to try too hard and do everything alone. He does look a little bit better technically than the rest of his team, but at some point he's going to have to rely on his teammates to provide him with service, or he's going to have to provide them with a chance that, hopefully they will take.
Well, Congo had a free kick on the other side of the pitch about 10 minutes or so ago, which was a complete waste of time. What can they do from this? Change of taker, it's Mutu. Mutu hits it high, goalkeeper comes and is able to get the punch in. Avono, chase on here for Avuna, gets there first ahead of Oniengu. Now Congo have a man down. Dore.
Looks like he's just been caught in the face, possibly with a flailing arm. There you go. Just as he swings back, no intention at all from Madinda. Plays the ball forward, arm naturally comes swinging backwards and just catches him on the side of the face. Just to give Gabon a little bit more careful with their final ball. Possibly a little bit quicker, but don't try and force the issue. There is space and opportunity to get in behind the Congo defence.
So he'll be back on in just a moment. Dore. Possession given back to Mafumbi. Dore and Dangoy. Bono, the goalkeeper, is now with Ostend in Belgium. He's been around a bit, played in Europe for the last 9 years now. Way to safety by Mubio. Best chance really. Frederick Bulo of Charlton Athletic with a shot that was tipped over. Might well have been going over anyway. And here he is. Bulo with the ball in. It's away by Baudry. Ndinga. Bafuma loses out. With both teams playing five in midfield, Danny Mills, is it almost too crowded there?
Yeah, I think it is. Both teams trying to play through the centre of the pitch at times, finding it very, very difficult to find any sort of space. They've got to get the ball out wide.
Madinda with the ball through. Wouldn't quite drop there for Avuna. Out came Mafumbi to make the save.
Again, they're trying to play through the middle. Very, very difficult. Lots of defenders, lots of midfield players. Both teams need to get the ball out wide, try and get crosses in behind. So here, there's the ball. There are too many defenders in the way. Any sort of nick or contact sends the ball through to the goalkeeper.
Fuma no way through. Here's Babelet. Chase on here for Dore. Up against Manga. It's corner kick. One goal in a dozen appearances for Cardiff this season. Bruno Akile Manga.
Just goes to show, if you chase a lost cause, put a little bit of pressure on the defenders, they can make mistakes, you can get set pieces from it, which, if delivery is better, can be dangerous.
Mutu with the corner. Another one where the delivery is very poor.
I think the manager will be very, very frustrated with that. You know, it's a free pass, it's a free cross into the box. 3 or 4 times now, Congo have just wasted possession in those areas.
We saw Claude Loire, the Congo coach there, wearing his accreditation badge. I know as a member of the media working at a major tournament like this that basically your pass, you almost sleep with it, you cannot lose it, it's that important.
Well, even as a player,
I was about to ask that, is it the same for a player?
It is. If you don't have it, you do not get into the stadium, and it becomes one of those things you end up sort of, it becomes your best friend effectively.
Yeah.
Your hotel key is in it, all those little things that you need on a daily basis. You know, you get up in the morning, you know, you have your shower, you get out, you put it around your neck. Every time you leave your hotel room, you know, you put it around your neck.
Offside against Ibuda. Yeah, I was going to ask whether it's the same for a player, because obviously, you know, you think, oh, here come England, for example, and there's Wayne Rooney, you know, I mean, no, sorry sir, you can't come in, you haven't got a pass.
Well, I'm sure there would be some aficionados that would probably try and
enforce it.
Yes, make that happen were it the case. But no, I think generally, even when you get on the bus on the way to a game, most players are reminded, do you have your accreditation with you? Footballers need to be looked after at times. They need a babysitter or two.
Approaching half-time, still 0-0. Forward come Congo with Bafuma. I don't know about you, Danny, but several times over the years, away at major tournaments, when you think you've lost your accreditation pass, that is a sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach.
I did actually leave mine in a hotel room this year in Brazil. Fortunately, there were some colleagues coming out to the same game on a later flight, and a bit of a rush, a bit of a scramble to make sure I got it. To get a replacement is very, very difficult.
Can't do it.
Especially mid-competition, when all the accreditation places are pretty much closed. You've got to go with your passport. It's almost like you've got to go to the embassy to get another accreditation.
Back by Oniangu. Here's Boudry. Backing in there into Manga. From Fenabore Dore. A little bit of pace here from Madinda. Touch finds Bulo. Goalkeeper should gather and does.
Just the final ball again. Great little flick from Madinda.
Are we going to get a goal before half-time in this Group A fixture at the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations?
Well, if we are, someone's going to have a shot, and they're going to have to hit the target, which we've been very few and far between so far. I don't think really either goalkeeper's had a save to make that has been realistically going to go into the back of the net.
Bafuma. Now Bafuma has gone down, injured, and that'll be a huge worry for Congo. Forward comes Apendangoi. Towards Obiang, too high for him.
Again, it's that final ball, just not quite right. But if Bafuma's injured, he did take a slight knock the challenge earlier that led to the free kick, where they hit their ball to the far post out of play. But if he's injured, I think that's going to be a big problem for Congo.
Well, the stretcher's being called for.
If it's a knock from a challenge, a little bit of a dead leg, if he can keep it moving or on his knee, he should be fine. But if it's a twist, he may be in some trouble. See, that would be my concern. No real contact, no real collision on that. If he's planted his knee, twisted it, just tweaked a little ligament somewhere, it could be a nasty one. It could be his tournament over.
Doesn't look good for Thierry Bafuma. He's almost being hauled to his feet there.
It's a bit like get up, you will play on, we need you.
Well, this close to half-time, Danny, can they afford to put him back on and say just stand around for a bit and we'll assess you more at half-time?
Yeah, I think so. I think they just need to, see if they can get him walking. If it's really bad, you know instantly whether you come off. Sometimes, if it is a little bit of a knock or just a slight overstretch, sometimes you just need, 2, 3, 4 minutes. See if he grabs anybody this time, whether he's brave enough to give a penalty.
Mutu with the corner. Well, Gabon with the Undon.
I think it's going to be a case where Bafuma comes out for the second half for Congo. And I just think for Gabon, they just need to up the tempo and have a little bit more composure in the final third with their final pass.
That's a handball. Rubio. And it's a yellow card for the Congo defender.
Well, I think this will be the last kick of the game. You see there, clear handball, arm, in an unnatural position really. Ball to hand to ball, stops it going forward. We've had that, at least that one additional minute, so this stoppage, this has to go in. What will be half time?
Congo then with everybody back. Aubameyang fancies his chances, although it is Madinda who is very carefully placing this ball.
It's a good opportunity, a good distance, enough distance to get the ball up and down over the wall. Has to make sure he hits the target, make the keeper work.
Uno is also standing there in close attendance.
Big space to the goalkeeper's right hand side. I think that's what Madinda's going to be aiming for.
Aubameyang with it, saved by the goalkeeper, and the defender able to help him out with the clearing header. And that is the final action of the first half. A first half that hasn't had too much in the way of noteworthy goal-scoring opportunities. Mafumbi with this late save. The goalkeeper also tipped over an earlier shot from Frederick Bulo. There's concern for Congo over the fitness of Thierry Bafuma up front. But at the moment we still await our first goal of the match in this Group A encounter. And it is goalless at half-time. Congo 0, Gabon 0. 4 points, 1 point above Gabon. The final round of matches in Group A see Gabon take on Equatorial Guinea, while Congo will face Burkina Faso. Gabon have won each of their last 4 group games at the Africa Cup of Nations, and they've kept a clean sheet in 3 of those games. Aubameyang needs to probably get a little bit more involved for Gabon, the Borussia Dortmund man. So we're just about ready to get the second half underway. Gabon in yellow against Congo in red, goalless. From the first half, Gabon with most of the scoring opportunities, not that many of them were particularly noteworthy. So it is Gabon kicking from left to right in this second period. And immediately you can see that Thierry Bafuma is out there. There he is, trying to put a little bit of pressure on the goalkeeper, Avono. No changes to either team in terms of personnel. It's effectively a 4-5-1 for both of these countries. Bafuma trying to get goal side here. There was no way that Manga was going to let him do that. Just be moving a little easier now. Bafuma.
Obviously he received a little bit of treatment over the course of half-time, feels that he can carry on. A little bit of tussle between the two players, and Manga just falls a little bit awkwardly on the edge of the track.
Turn is by Ndinga. Here's Ndinga again. There's a little bit of room on this near side for Mutu. Stabbed behind. And another problem here for Manga. Dore with the challenge. And that's twice in quick succession that the Cardiff defender has hit the deck.
It's not been a great start, has it, for him? Again, just comes across. Good defending. Just manages to get the outside of his foot and tow the ball away. This gets caught.
Well, he seemed to hesitate there, and might be fatal, and it is, because Congo are in front. Prince Oniangu wins the goal. And it's their first real opportunity of note, and they have taken it.
Well, what a start to the second half by Congo.
That's the first goal that Didier Avono has conceded for Gabon in this tournament, having kept a clean sheet with a decent performance against Burkina Faso in the 2-0 victory in their opening game. But you did mention, Danny Mills, in the first half that you felt if Gabon just turned up the intensity of their performance a little bit, they might be able to make the breakthrough. Now they're going to have to do so for a completely different reason, to have a comeback.
Well, they're going to be forced to do that now, and I think in terms for the neutral, this should make it a much better game, because I think Gabon have been the better side. The goal was a little bit against the run of play in terms of the action in the first half, and now Gabon, if they're going to get back in this, have got to come out and really go for it. Ndinga there, just getting told to cut out the back chap. Just complaining, it's a clear foul.
Yeah, heads go up for it. Goalkeeper should gather. Oh, he's punched it away. Just 20 years of age, Christopher Mafumbi in the Congo goal. Here's Bafuma. Quite take it away from Poco. Chase on here for Basiki. Bafuma beaten in the air by Apindangoy. Sapoko is down. Comes Ganza. Got numbers forward here. Here's the goal scorer, Onyangu. Able to spread it wide. Ganza couldn't get the cross in. There were three in the middle waiting to get on the end of it.
Well, Onyangu's been caught there. I think he made the wrong decision. Instead of going back to the right-hand side, should have just turned, opened up his body and come out to the left. We had players overlapping in space. A little bit of a wasted opportunity. See here, keep the ball going, comes back into where all the players are, into a crowded penalty area. If they'd gone left there, it would have been a shooting opportunity.
Meanwhile, Poko is receiving treatment on this near side. So he wants to receive treatment though. Congo throw. Boundary will take. Little touch on from Done. And the volley towards goal is pushed away by Avono. It's fiercely struck by Mutu.
I think Avono's very fortunate. That is straight at him. It's a fantastic strike from Mutu. Almost caught it too well. Anything with a little bit the inside of the foot, a little bit the outside of the foot, and well, that could have easily been 2-0.
Bailey lets it go.
It was Onyangu actually that had the strike in the end. What a fantastic shot that was.
Goes back on, having received treatment from the medical men. Header on by Dode. Here's Bafuma. Bafuma beaten to it. Poko with the interception. Ball though. Free kick to Congo. Now Bafuma is being asked to go off. The referee's pointing towards his boot.
Quite sure what that's about. Just looks like a normal pair of boots, not no tape dangling from his ankles or anything like that.
It's change, it's Grali Kanga, who plays in Russia for Rostov, who's about to come on. He's a midfield. He also came on as a substitute against Burkina Faso, and he is going to replace Ndong. First substitution of the match. Kanga is in his third season in Russia with Rostov, having moved there in 2012.
Is Bafuma being made to put on a different pair of socks there?
I was just wondering whether he was wearing a pair of socks where the foot had been cut off.
It appeared to be that way.
And it had ridden up.
Yeah.
Now a chance here for Gabon, two in the middle, hoping to get on the end of this ball in. It's deep, but taken out of the air by Mafumbi. Bulo was waiting behind to head his country level, but he would have been offside anyway.
No need for the referee to stop the game in that situation. Okay, it's offside, just about offside. In this situation, just play on. The goalkeeper's already got the ball.
Quite a win for Claude Leroy. Just away by Manga. And Mutu breathing right down his neck. boy who preaches attacking football from his teams. Ganza. Here's Ndinga. Dore. No way past Poco. Run through the middle was made by Aubameyang. I think that's actually the first time I mentioned him in this second half. So Bafuma is just about ready to come back on. You can see him just in the bottom right of your picture.
Yeah, it looks like he's had to change his socks. Looks like he had a pair of white socks underneath, and then, the tops of a set of red socks. Not quite sure. Did he really need to change those? It was quite clear he was wearing red socks, wasn't it?
It was. He's also wearing white boots, so the white...
Well, of course, and nowadays you get the boots.
Here come Gabon. Madinda with the effort.
Gabon just running out of ideas a little bit. Just starting to try and force the issue. This isn't any great quality in the end. Let's go back to the boots. You've got the ankle boots now that come up around your ankle that are different colours, multicoloured. I think the referee's a bit over officious.
Approaching the hour mark. Header away was by Dore. He fired back in and fired over by Madinda, who is certainly looking like he is Gabon's main threat.
We had a decent chance in the first half, a little flick over the defender's head. Had a half chance a minute ago when left foot shot ended up getting deflected and going for the corner. And then this one, good touch, doesn't quite get his chest over the ball. He's always leaning backwards. In the end, just slices across the ball, never troubles the goalkeeper.
So it is by Mutu. Just showed a little bit too much, did he? No, he makes his way through. And this was gone against him anyway. Looks to have moved into a slightly more central role, Arnold Muta.
I think Congo have grown a little bit in confidence. That goal has certainly given them the belief and the confidence that they can go forward and try and be a little bit more creative.
She's cut out by Apindangoy. By Basiki, here he is again. Basiki's little touch. It's away by Poco. Congo again pick it up. Mutu. Andre Poco. Cleared away by Mubio. Well, the team in red are putting in a completely different performance in this second half than in the first. Much more attack-minded, and they've got the goal to show for it as well. Dore. Basiki. Mutu's gone down.
Just gets trodden on his foot, but I think now Congo will take every opportunity to try and slow the game down, waste a little bit of time if possible.
The goal again, hooked in by Onyango. Congo be celebrating tonight? A victory that would take them top of Group A. Gabon have to up their performance. Here's Parlons, the right back. Caught there by the challenge from Mutu.
And of course, if it does stay like this, really opens up the group going into those final games. Late nasty challenge, that one though. But, you know, going into the final round of matches, if it does stay like this, everybody can go through with the right results.
So we've had one change from Gabon with Kanga coming on. Orendong. Gabon need to see more of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the Borussia Dortmund player. As I mentioned in the first half, said before the start of this tournament that he wanted to be the star of the tournament. Not on this second half showing he's not.
I think we've only mentioned him maybe a couple of times, at very most. He's got to try and find a way of getting into the game more.
Corner has to be taken again. The medical staff just a little too close to the playing surface. Bulo will take the corner. Picked up by Kanga. Here's Bulo. Kanga didn't quite react there. That's a corner, is it? Yes. Couldn't be kept in by Mubio. Now there seems to be a little bit of urgency about Gabon's play. Two central defenders are both forward. Bit of holding in the penalty area.
I think that's a little bit of a cop-out by the referee. He's warned the players before. Of course, you can't give a penalty unless the ball is in play. I think sometimes you've got to let that happen, and the moment the ball comes in play, be strong as a referee and give a penalty.
Bulo again with the better delivery, picked up by Aubameyang. Madinda. Aubameyang, he's in behind the defence here. And the header across is wide from Apindangoy, the central defender. Aubameyang, the creator.
Great little ball over the top from Madinda. Aubameyang, good cross. It's just behind Apindangoy. Can't quite get enough power. Tries to throw himself forward in the end. Off target. Those substitutes, well, they know this is a chance miss, because in the first half they were clearly on top.
There's Apindangoy. Bono. Keepers played in Portugal, Romania, France, whereas with Le Mans and Sochaux, now in Belgium with Ostend. Congo have a man down. Play continues. Referee just takes a little look at the prostrate player. Kawar is appealing for play to be stopped. And now it is. It's Delvin and Denga. You can see why Jorge Costa feels he's got to make a point here, because the referee clearly ran past Ndinga, had a look at him and decided that play could continue, and then 10 seconds later decided it could not.
Well, the referee's only supposed to stop it if it's a serious head injury. And you see here, it's clearly not. You know, he lands funny, possibly he's held his chest or his knee. Players in no immediate danger of that, and I think this is going to happen more and more towards the end of this game. Congo will take every opportunity that they possibly can to run the clock down.
More treatment then for Parlons, who was caught a few minutes ago. who started his career at Auxerre before a big money move to Monaco, but on loan in Greece at Olympiacos. Dinga can now come on with the ball nowhere near him. Here's Kanga. Palin. Kanga. Taken by Oniangu, whose goal at the moment is the difference between these two teams. Poco. Chance for Evuna. And wide. Best chance of the second half for Gabon to equalise.
Real good chance this is from Evuna. Ball comes in. As he picks it up, he's just looking, he's just waiting. Latches onto it, plays the ball. Oh, and I think that came off the outside of the post from Bonu in the end. It's Evuna there, gets challenged. Really good tackle. As the ball comes through in the end, well, Bulo should do better, should hit the target, doesn't, possibly just clips the outside of the post.
Here's Ganze. Ganze's turn, looking to get away from Obiang. There's a bit of tension down on that Congo bench. They know they're going to have to withstand a barrage of pressure in the time that remains. We're only just past the midway point in the second half. Forward by Kanga. Here's Ndinga now for Congo. Turn is by Bafuma. Bafuma up against Apindangoy. Through to Madinda, and that's a terrific pass, except it's offside. Flag up on this near side. Slightly perplexed look on the face of Jorge Costa.
Well, it's Madinda that looks the biggest threat at the moment. He's the one that's having shots, playing balls through. Again, just that run a little bit too early, but as you say, those Congolese players on the bench just looking a little bit pensive.
That's offside as well.
But if they can hold on, and of course will go top of the group, and they could draw in their final game, would be enough to see them go through. This is the problem I think that Gabon might have now. Just trying to force the issue. Everyone a little bit too eager to try and score. Ivona can protest as much as he likes. Evuna, that was definitely offside.
Here's that opportunity again. Keep your eye on the left-hand side of the picture. Didn't even hit the post. It was wide, off target from Bulo. Cut out by Baldry. Ganze. A little too far ahead of Bafuma. Gabon come away with it. Picked up by Bulo. And it's 3 against 3 now. Congo, can they make something of it? Ganze. Is it just me, or do Congo's players, do they look very tired there?
Very lacklustre.
Yeah, that's probably a better word.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity here. Look, just drive at people, make something happen. They're almost jogging onto the ball, thinking, oh well, you know, we're 1-0 up, doesn't really matter. Oh, looks like he's got a text from the wife perhaps there.
Great challenge, and it's a horrific miss.
You have to say it's pretty much an open goal. The goalkeeper is committed to the right hand side. He's just got to hit the target, and that's one each.
Congo corner. Aubameyang. Not the best of clearances though. Cut out by Baldrick. Easy catch for Avono.
It's almost like Congo now don't look too bothered about attacking at all. They're just happy just to sit back and defend.
Well, that miss from Bulo was a huge let-off for Congo. And Dama now coming on. And it is Danze who's going off. Fabrice and Gessi on Dama. Plays his football in Morocco with Wydad Casablanca. He's played in Morocco since 2010 now. A little bit of room on that far side. Needs a good cross, doesn't get one. It's away by Babele. Aubameyang has come a long way forward, and again Congo looking to break. Belatedly the whistle goes. Challenges by Poco. It's a yellow card for Poco.
Interesting that Ndama was always looking for the free kick. He had an opportunity, I think, to burst away. Fresh legs. You see here, he's got the right side. Keep going. He's waiting for a touch so he can go down. Again, just trying to kill the game off rather than think, actually, let's go and win this 2-0.
Because we've seen twice in the last few minutes, Congo have come forward and it's been an equal number of attackers against defenders. Now Malonga's going to come on. Chris Malonga. And Dore is the player who's coming off. Malonga, who also came on as a substitute against Equatorial Guinea. Malonga, who plays for Lausanne in Switzerland. Experienced coach, isn't it? Making a substitution and then a minute later making another one, as opposed to making two at the same time.
Well, like I said, they're just going to try and run the clock down as best they possibly can. It's not always about wasting time. Sometimes it's about just killing the momentum of the game, not allowing Gabon to get any sort of momentum or a head of steam.
Away by Mubio. Malonga gets his first touch. Anianga's goal still the difference at the moment. On Dama towards Bifuma, arriving late with the header was Mutu. Long way off target. So can Congo hold on to their 1-goal advantage? Picked up by Bulo. Still might be having a few flashbacks of his shot a few minutes ago, which went the wrong side of the post when it should have gone in. Manga finds Kanga. Here's Poco. Chase on for Pelun. Mentioned the phrase there, Danny, holding on. There's a difference between holding on to a lead and hanging on to a lead, isn't there?
Yeah, I think Gabon at the moment, they haven't really caused Congo too many problems. You know, a couple of those half chances, that shot from Bula where it possibly should have scored. But apart from that, they haven't really tested the goalkeeper. You know, a little bit disappointing. In the first half, I thought they looked bright, they looked sharp, with a bit more tempo. They could have created chances. But at the moment, you know, it really does look like Congo are going to hold on to this.
I know I've mentioned his age a couple of times, but Christopher Mafumbi in the Congo goal is 20 years of age. Surely you say, come on, let's just have a little go at this goalkeeper. He is young. He may not have the experience of everyone else. Let's just test him out, see what he's made of. But they haven't really done that either. Here comes Bula with the ball in. It's just too high, and Avuna couldn't get on the end of it. Aubameyang drives it in. It's just the faintest of touches from Mafumbi. Picked up by Ondama. Boundary. Clearance by Babele. Turn is by Kanga. Babele will let it run.
Well, it's a good touch by Mafumbi there. Comes out, just does enough. I think now Gabon are going to start to get maybe a little bit desperate. They're going to get the ball forward quicker. Almost into the last 10 minutes. And now Congo will really start to believe, with a little bit of concentration, they really can hang on to this.
Forward by Ondama. Chase on here for Bafuma. Goalkeeper's out an awfully long way. That crossed the goal line.
Again, even as this ball was played forward, there's no real support. No, it's all on his own, nowhere to go. In the end, he has a bad touch and allows it to go out for a goal kick. But it just goes to show that Congo don't have real intentions of going to get the second goal.
Avuna. This is the time that Gabon need one of their star men to take control of the situation. Taking control there was Boundary with the clearance. Maybe Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. 6 goals in his last 4 games for Gabon. We're about to make a change. Dangoy. Taken down by Palin. Kanga with a little ball in field. Here's Madinda.
Just panicked a little bit. No real composure. It's a really good move. Gets himself into a good position and then just slashes at it. There's no real thought to this shot. Look, out of his feet, just hits it as hard as he can with the outside of his foot. Crowd, some of them think it's gone in, but no, hit the side netting. Really should have gone across the other side of the goal and aimed for the far post.
There's the shot statistic. It would be nice to roll that on to see how many were on target. Palin. Samson Mbingui is about to come on, a midfielder who also came on as a replacement against Burkina Faso. That could have been very dangerous indeed. The nonchalant little touch there from the defender, and it still could be dangerous. Avona with the clearance. And eventually away by Aubameyang. Forward by Ndinga. Welcomes from Manga. Nothing more.
Well, I can tell you that out of those 10 shots in total, only 3 for Gabon have been on target, and I think that's the problem.